For me, how I like to learn is I like to be in a really colorful environment that makes me feel safe and happy, and I can be a better learner.
If a student does something really good, then they get excited. But if the kid does something wrong, then like tell them of what they did wrong and of what they should do next time.
Something where a student can be comfortable and feel safe, and where a student can feel like they're actually learning something, where a teacher is explaining things more clearly.
Quiet surroundings, no troublesome kids. In my 5th grade class, we were full of those, and it sucked.
Like how they come to school every day with a smile on their face, not really grumpy. It really makes kids feel like they're happy there, and they want to be there with their teacher, and they want to learn.
Interactions with the student, and I don't know, just like make sure all the topics that you have in the lesson would be verbally and like very clearly stated, to where no one would be like confused or anything about that.
I think a good learning environment involves a lot of involves a happy atmosphere and with set rules, but not strict enough to make you feel uncomfortable or that you're being controlled by the system. You're more you're allowed to kind of make your own decisions, like not having set seating areas or being allowed to talk while you work, so that way it's a more relaxed atmosphere.
Tell them to be fun. Bring activities if people are done with their work, and just have fun with it. Don't be stressed out. It's just kind of nice to, instead of just all like schoolwork or taking notes, maybe sometimes throw like a little activity in there that would help with the lesson.
My 2nd grade teacher, and she loved books, and she always was helping, and she had this big reward party at the end of the year that was really fun.
A social studies teacher I had, he had only 3 rules to come, listen, and learn, pretty much.
Freshman lit, and it wasn't that he didn't give a lot of homework, because he gave a lot of homework, and it wasn't that he was super easy. It's just that you could really relate to him, and he treated us like we were people instead of treating us like we were kids.
The worst teacher I've ever had was a math teacher. He didn't give enough examples for like tests we were going to take, and he didn't explain things well enough for the students to understand it.
She's just kind of grumpy and not fun.
Worst teacher would have to be a lit teacher that I had, and she did a lot of just like hardcore studies, and she just talked and just made sure that thought that we got all the stuff she said, but we would only get like half of it, and I didn't learn very much in that.
It was real rude. Didn't listen to us at all, and gave tons of homework, really strict, and he just came to clock in his hours and leave. It wasn't really for the job itself, it was just for the money for him.
Was one of my lit teachers, and he just got off track. He didn't explain everything fully. He gave to work that never got around to me.
Showed a lot of examples of what was going to be on tests, and he understood what we the students needed and what we needed to work on.
In freshman year, he was in my science class, and I remember him because he was funny, he was really interactive with the students, and he actually knew what he was talking about instead of being some of the student teachers that come in and learn with the students.
This year during internet design, when we got done with our work, and the student teacher just played cards with us the rest of the time to keep us from bugging the normal teacher from helping the other students who were less intuitive than we were.
Don't be scary, number 1. don't act scary and fierce, because that's gonna get your students off on the wrong side, and be really nice. And the first few days, usually you should start settling the rules of what they should be, what they will expect, what they are expected of, how they are going to be learning every day, and what's going to happen this year. For some kids, they need help with certain things, and help those kids individually, maybe like after school or before school, or sometimes during the day, like at lunch. First thing that they should get in, they should say, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, and I really want to get to know you guys. I really want to be able to be the best student teacher you guys could have." And that takes a really good influence on kids. They say, "She's here," or "He's here." They want us to learn, they want us to be happy, they want us to be safe.
Give help, like not just inside of class, but outside of help, like kind of like tutoring. Like if a student is falling behind, they can see if the student wants to stay in class a little longer so they can understand the subject better.
To have fun with the kids and just keep learning and think you're doing this for fun, not for something, for a real job. And
have to be communication. There's a lot of people that go into brand new classes and they're really nervous about how the students would like them, and a lot of students honestly would go in, and if there's like a quiet student teacher that just kind of sits out in the corner and does like grading work and stuff like that, we don't really generally like him as much, instead of him actually coming forward, like telling us about himself and just getting to know us as students and then us as people.
A lot of student teachers get kind of bullied around by the students because they're uncomfortable with taking charge, it seems. And so be friendly, but don't be too friendly. You're the teacher, you're not a friend.
Instead of on some of the people like favoritism and stuff, just be more like honest with the students, like not trying to sugarcoat things, but just be more straightforward with it. And that would give us respect, because we wouldn't be like, "Oh, he's just trying to kiss up."
They just come in and start acting like they are just the boss. That's not good. People aren't going to like them very much. If they're more friendly and happy towards the students, but still make them know that they have to respect the student teacher instead of walk all over them, then you can still have your authority, but be on a more relaxed basis with the students.
Not be mean.
Probably organization, because I've seen a lot of student teachers who come in the classroom unprepared and late. So they probably need to get there on time and have everything organized and ready to go, so that when the students come in, they can just start